Are you one of the millions that have thought about Arizona for retirement? The Grand Canyon State has been a retirement hotspot for decades. It's had its ebbs and its flows, but most years there's a flood of retirees looking for warm weather and early bird specials in Arizona. Arizona is a place that caters to the retirement crowd. For proof of this, they have more than one store that sells nothing but compression socks. They have more than their fair share of 55 plus communities, more than enough golf, and what might be considered a little too much sunshine. Today's list is about the most popular retirement spots in Arizona. Some will be 55 plus communities, not like cities or towns, they're kind of communities, but we're also going to look at some cities and towns as well. We're just looking at the most popular places for retirees in Arizona. Like our California video in this series, we will look at the typical home price, percentage of the population over 60, and some other interesting facts about each location. Got it? Get it? Good. Let's take a look. Number 10, Yuma, Arizona. Yuma, Arizona is currently in southwest currently, like it's gonna move. Let's start over. Yuma is a city located in southwestern Arizona near the border with California and Mexico. It's known for its warm climate, outdoor recreational activities, and historical significance. One of my favorite facts about this place, their high school mascot or football team name is the Criminals. It used to be an insult, and then the teachers and the students kind of, embraced it. Now they're proud of it. Now the reason for the name the Criminals comes in two parts. First of all, they had traveled to Phoenix to play a football game against the Phoenix Coyotes. Yuma High won. Well, the angry Coyotes dubbed the high school players from Yuma as criminals, like they cheated or something. There's a reason they were calling them criminals. When they first started their high school in 1909, they didn't have a big building. They had 3 classes, just a few students in each, 3 teachers. That was their whole high school. Well, then they needed a bigger building as kids were getting out of middle school and coming to there. So a couple years later, they decided to use the newly abandoned Yuma Territorial Prison to do classes. They were having classes in the old cell blocks. That would never fly today with the politically correct nonsense we got to deal with all the time. The city is situated in the Sonora Desert and is known for its agriculture, military presence, and tourism. The Colorado River flows right through town, and that's why they're doing farming out here. They really shouldn't. I mean, this is the driest part of the desert there is if it wasn't for the Colorado River. Now, Yuma is one of the more affordable places on this list. Keep in mind, this isn't the cheapest places to retire or anything like this. This is just the most popular places people are retiring in Arizona. Anyway, in Yuma, 18.2% of the population is over 65. The typical home price here is about $283,000. So that's not bad. The cost of living is 6% below the national average. Number 9, Sun Lakes, Arizona. Sun Lakes is our first retirement community. This is a 55 and older area only. It is located in Maricopa County within the Phoenix metro area. This is the brochure explanation of the place. Sun Lakes is an active adult community located in Maricopa County, Arizona, within the Phoenix metropolitan area. It is known for its focus on providing a vibrant and amenity-rich lifestyle for residents age 55 and older. Yes, I should be a radio spokesperson. This one is a little bit more expensive. It's a nice place to live. They got a lot of things to do. The houses are nice. Nice usually means expensive. Here's the satellite view of it. It looks like whoever designed this place, the city planner or the architect, didn't have a ruler. Instead, he thought he'd just go with a spirograph. This community has 4 different golf courses. They've got Ironwood Golf Club, they've got Oakwood Golf Club, Cottonwood Country Club, and Sun Lakes Country Club. Obviously, if it's got the word country club on it, it's going to be a little expensive. Right outside the community, they got another one called Bear Creek Golf Complex. If you want to move to Sun Lakes, this is what you're looking at. Now, I saw different things. The over 65 crowd is either 90%, and I saw another one where it's 82%, so not sure which it is. The typical home price here is $492,000, and the cost of living is about 7% above the national average because it's a nice place to live, so it's going to be a little more expensive. That's how the world works. If it's nice, people want it, it's going to be a little more expensive than things people don't want. Perfect example, a Coke is more expensive than a Kirkland Cola. I had a Kirkland Cola before. I don't even know if they make it anymore. Stuff was horrible. It was like whoever came up with it liked the taste of Coca-Cola, but they also liked the taste of stamps. You know, when you had to lick stamps, kind of had that glue taste to it. It's horrible. Number 8, Fountain Hills, Arizona. Fountain Hills is a town located in Maricopa County. It is known for its stunning desert landscapes and famous Fountain Hills Fountain. Fountain Hills is northeast of downtown Phoenix. It's out there by itself, kind of, almost outside the Phoenix metro area. It's in the hills a little bit. It's a nice area. Even though Fountain Hills is a city in the Phoenix metro area, you could totally get that small town feel from the place. It's got the McDowell mountain range right behind town. Plenty of golf. It's hot. Anyway, if you want to move to Fountain Inn, this is what you're looking at. 33.3% of the population is over the age of 65. If you want to buy a home here, it's a little pricey. The typical home price is $622,000. Now, like I said, we're not going by the cheapest or anything like that. We're going by what's the most popular. The cost of living here is also 21% above the national average. This place is kind of worth it. Their schools get good rating, but if you're retired, you don't care about that. Their crime rate is like 51% below the national average, so that's good. Their violent crime rate is like 60% lower. Nobody gets beat up here or killed, it seems like. Number 7, Oro Valley, Arizona. Oro Valley is located on the north side of the Tucson metro area in Pima County, Arizona. Now, I was going to call it Prima County just to see if any of you would catch it, but I guess saying that Leonard Skinner was from Alabama instead of Jacksonville, Florida was just too much for everyone to handle yesterday, so I thought I'd take it easy on it. I thought it was funny. I read a thing that said most people think that Leonard Skinner came from Alabama because they sang a song about Alabama. Guess there's a bunch of hardcore Leonard Skinner fans out there. They just couldn't handle it. Anyway, Oro Valley is known for its beautiful desert landscapes, outdoor recreational opportunities, and a relatively high standard of living. Oro Valley has a reputation for being safe and family-friendly with a focus on quality of life. It's got a really high quality of life score here. The crime rate is 41% below the national average. Violent crime rate is 85% below the national average. Outstanding. The downside of this place, it's expensive. A lot of people will move here if they're working for like Honeywell. Honeywell has a pretty good sized facility here. It's so funny. They never have a real number of how many golf courses are in an area, so you kind of got to eyeball it. And it's easy in Arizona because everything's brown and then you just see these patches of green when you're looking at the satellite view. Now, Oro Valley has some really nice golf courses. The Oro Valley Country Club is huge. They also have one in the Hilton Resort, and a few of the communities have their own golf courses. Definitely one of the better places to retire in Arizona if you could afford it. 21.3% of the population is over the age of 65. Now, interesting thing, I read another thing that said it was 32% above. 21% is coming from the census in 2020, and the 33% is coming from a community page. So I think I'm gonna go with the census. The typical home here is almost $500,000, $494,000. That's all according to Zillow. And we're not going by the median, we're going by what Zillow sees as the typical home as of June 2023. The cost of living is 15% above the national average. Number 6, Sun City, Arizona. Sun City is one of the original retirement communities, offering a wide range of amenities and activities for the retirement crowd. Sun City is one of the first places to be age restricted. The biggest unbreakable rule, at least one person in the household has to be 55 years or older. Some of the retirement communities dotted around the country, both of you have to be 55 or older. So if you're like one of those old dudes that has a 30-year-old wife and you're in your 50s, you gotta cut her loose if you want to live there. I do that. My wife has rules, though. I can't do that. She told me I'm stuck with her, regardless of my opinions. Sun City is northwest of downtown Phoenix, kind of between Surprise and Glendale. All right, here's the stats. 85% of the population in Sun City is over the age of 65. The typical home price is only $298,000, which isn't terrible for one of these retirement communities. Whenever I say something like that, I always get people going, well, nobody could afford that. Well, people can afford it. If people couldn't afford the price like this one, $298,000, it wouldn't be $298,000. They would lower the price down to $250,000. If that didn't sell, they'd go lower. That's how the economy works. Number 5, Green Valley, Arizona. Green Valley is a retirement community with a focus on active adult living and various amenities. This is another one that has the same blurb. Green Valley is located about 25 miles south of Tucson, which gives residents access to a larger city, like with medical facilities. Tucson has some great medical facilities, by the way, cultural attractions, and plenty of shopping. Green Valley is not green. It's really kind of desertish. I wonder if they named it that. They were trying to do that whole bait and switch like they did with Iceland Iceland and Greenland. Green Valley, though, is a pretty good size retirement community. I mean, they have 59 homeowners associations. The entire thing is like 26.3 square miles. That's big. All right, here's the stats. 87% of the population in Green Valley is over the age of 65. The typical home price here is $296,000. Again, that's not bad. And the cost of living here is 1% lower than the national average. This overall is a pretty good place to live. Affordable housing, low cost of living or decent cost of living, and their crime's not terrible. It's only 7% above the national average. That's not bad. Number 4, Sedona, Arizona. Sedona, Arizona is famous for its stunning red rock formations, spiritual atmosphere, and artistic community. It is filled to the brim with retirees and 20-year-old girls that decided to move here to open up a crystal shop. Yes, it's like every street has a crystal shop. I guess if you're opening up crystal shops here, and they got a bunch of them, people got a lot of disposable money in this place. And looking at the prices of things, I think they do. Sedona is beautiful. Sedona is wonderful. Sedona is expensive. It's definitely you want to go when you want to have a nice, tranquil retirement. 37% of Sedona is over the age of 65. The typical home price here is, sit down, I'm going to tell you, $883,000. The cost of living is 35% above the national average. So this one's become very popular, but it's becoming popular with people that got some coin in the bank. Number 3, Prescott, Arizona. Just kidding, it's Prescott there, not Prescott. That's how they can tell if you're not from the area. They call it Prescott. So Prescott just showed up on our Hidden Gems video about overlooked places to retire. And as nice and as big as this place is, I think it is overlooked, but they're still very popular with a lot of retirees. Most of the retirees are from other parts of Arizona. That's the difference. But Prescott has become a popular destination for Arizonan retirees due to its pleasant climate, outdoor opportunities, and relatively low cost of living. It's relatively low. It's still above the national average, but it's relatively low, especially when you consider what you're getting. I think this should be a more expensive city to live in for everyone, actually. Prescott has a historic downtown area known as Whiskey Row, filled with antique shops and like cultural events, things of that nature. You got the Prescott National Forest right there and Granite Dells. So there's plenty to do. One thing I will mention, they are a little light on the golf courses. 39% of Prescott, Arizona is over the age of 65. The typical home price here is $585,000, and the cost of living is 10% above the national average. Number 2, Tucson, Arizona. You know, this is like the biggest one we have on this list, I think. I didn't really look at the whole population numbers throughout this list, so I'm not totally sure. But I'm kind of surprised because most of the time retirees would choose a retirement community around the outskirts of a major city like Tucson. You expect it to be out in the suburbs someplace. No, Tucson actually gets some retirees. Tucson is located in the southern part of Arizona in the Sonora Desert, and it's the second largest city after Phoenix. It offers a more relaxed and affordable atmosphere with a focus on outdoor activities and cultural attractions, just like any good retirement place. Tucson and its surrounding areas have numerous retirement communities and active adult neighborhoods that cater to seniors looking for an active lifestyle. Now, Tucson does have plenty of golf, so if that's your thing, you don't have to worry about it. I had a guy the other day go, would you just stop? Retirees don't golf. I got bad news for you. I told him in this comment, well, retirees golf all the time. Go to any golf course tomorrow. See who's lining up for their tee time between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. It's not a bunch of 20-year-olds, trust me. It's a bunch of retired old dudes that are already 3 sheets to the wind, or retired ladies who have already had too many Chardonnays. 16.1% of Tucson's population is over the age of 65. The typical home price here is $322,000, and the cost of living is 5% below the national average. That is outstanding for a major city. All right, before we get to number 1, if you're thinking about moving to one of these places, there's a link for Home and Money in the comment section below. They can get you in touch with a real estate agent wherever you want to move here in the United States. All right, on to number 1. And number 1, Scottsdale, Arizona. That's right, Scottsdale is the most popular place for retirees in Arizona right now. For a long time, it was Phoenix, and then everyone started moving to the outskirts of the Phoenix metro area. Scottsdale kind of takes up some of the downtown area, but it also goes out into the hills a little bit out by Fountain Hills. But if you're looking for it on a map, it is just northeast of downtown Phoenix. That's where it starts, and it goes all the way north up to Camp Creek or Desert Mountain. You go all the way north and you find Desert Mountain Golf Club. That's still in Scottsdale. Scottsdale is another place that's a little pricey. It's known for its upscale lifestyle, golf courses, and vibrant art scene. They got some really good restaurants here too. I know that for a fact. 24.6% of Scottsdale, Arizona's population is over the age of 65. The typical home price is $776,000, and the cost of living is 26% above the national average. So it's a little pricey, but it might be worth it. They got a lot of new construction. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Now go out, have a great day, and be nice to each other.